Ni hao. So another lesson learned is how Chinese value money. There have been videos out there about Chinese doing very interesting things, and there have been people talking about if you need anything, go to China. And it is true. Right now, China is in a place of producing anything that you want. If you want something for 10 shillings, they will provide it for you. If you want something for 100 million shillings, they will get it for you. And this is why China has portrayed how they are doing. We see these tall buildings, we see beautiful houses, we see Shanghai, we see Hong Kong, we see all this, we see Macau, and you're like, whoa, this country is so cool. These people are living well, only to know there are people who are suffering. Chinese has a very huge population that is very poor. And they have really helped people. The government has really helped people to be educated. They have gone to school, they have studied. So you find someone who's 25 years who has done masters. So there are people who are very, very brilliant guys. The issue is there are no jobs. China has a large percentage of unemployment. And many young people are stranded. They don't know what to do. So for them, anything that the world needs, they will produce. Anything, let me tell you. If the demand is high, the Chinese people will produce. And it's because they need money to eat. It is sad to say that there are some families in China who can't even afford a meal a day. But we will never know that. It's only when you sit down and interact with majority of the Chinese who are here, and you sit down and hear about their lives, and you're like, I thought you are from Beijing or Hong Kong, and your parents are wealthy. No. Majority of people who are here, when you ask them, what do your parents do? They'll just tell you they are farmers, they are peasants. They don't have much. And this I noticed when I was in China during the Chinese New Year's festival, the Chinese New Year's festival. I visited a Chinese home, Ushago Sasa. I went there, I was like, what? You guy, my Ushago interpreter is much better than yours, because they were sleeping in a slab. They don't have beds. For them, they believe mattresses are not very good for their backs. So they have made this slab. They have made this slab where it's connected to the fireplace in the kitchen. So it's a wall separates the bed and the kitchen. So where the fireplace is, they have created a vacuum inside that slab. So the heat from the stove, the smoke goes now to the slab, so it heats up the slab. So that's how they heat the slab. In my mind, I'm thinking, we are in 2010. China, you have air conditioners. You're the ones who are selling air conditioners to the rest of the world. How is it that in your own home you do not have one? So for me, that was like, you guys, what is wrong? What is it exactly? And I noticed that many Chinese people struggle financially. There's a time I heard of a story that a Chinese person can stay 6 months, 1 year without being paid. They can work for a whole 6 months and they are not paid. The employer will pay them maybe once in a year, and that's during the Chinese festival, because that's the only time they will go back home. So the amount of money that they get, they will use it well, and they will just not use it to buy anything. And at the same time, in this same environment, I went to another house of a person who he was a fishmonger. His house was so beautiful. It had heated floors, it had heated walls. And I'm like, what is the difference between this Chinese and this one? It's just that now this one is educated and he got an opportunity to start a business, and the government gave him a loan to open a business. On this other side the other side who's poor, it's not that I'm saying that he was not educated, but he's not as educated as. So that's why for Chinese, the value for education is very high, because them, they believe the higher your level of education, the more money you get. So for Chinese people, anything they will do. Let me tell you, they will do anything. Be it prostitution, there's a video that was going around about a chicken. They are putting some water so that it blows up. It is possible for them to do that. It is so true. Because for them, at the end of it all, They need money to put food on their table. So with the same perspective, when they come to Africa, for them, they're just coming here for business. Chinese are not coming here to take over. They're not coming here to colonize us. They're just here for business. They're coming to look for opportunities so that they generate money to send back to their people back at home. So many young people who are here, Chinese people who are here, majority of the time they save their money. They save their money a lot. Chinese are savers because now you don't know when the next amount of money will come. So you save a lot so that when you go back home, you have something to give to your family. So with this understanding, now you're able to know any space that they find in a market, they will take. If Kenyans, you do not want to go outside and hawk for phones, they will hawk those phones on your behalf. If you do not want to go on the streets, they will go on the streets and do all those things. The issue now on our side, I think it's our government. Are there regulations that are protecting Kenyans? Because Chinese will do anything and everything to get money. Anything and everything. But we need to set regulations so that they do not come and introduce something that we already have here. And now, the difference is then it's at a cheaper cost. And there's also these rumors that are going around. And there are rumors that go around about Chinese things are fake. Let me make it clear. Chinese things, some are fake, others are not. Majority of the things that go to the American market and the European market, all of them are manufactured in China. The difference is we do not have a standard as Africans. So these cheap things come to us. Unfortunately, majority of business people go to China, buy cheap things, and they come back and sell it at an original price. And you say Chinese things are bad. But there's one thing that I noticed when I was buying my laptop in China. They tell you, you see this Dell, this is a real Dell and this is a fake Dell. And let me be honest, you won't see the difference. When you switch it on, it has the same logo. It's very interesting that you really do not see the difference at hand until now. Maybe you go home and you're like, whether this one is not real. That's how you find out later. But the thing I've come to learn is the Chinese, they tell you. Like the shop I went to, they told me, this is real, this is fake. You see this iPhone? This is real, this is fake. The price of the fake one is this, the price one of the real one is this. So Chinese are honest in this area of business. For them, they just go with the demand. If you want cheap things, they will make for you cheap things. If you want expensive things, they will make for you expensive things because they have the capability of doing that. So the question goes back to us as Africans, as Kenyans. What do we accept from them? As we are so used to cheap things, sorry to say, we like affordable things. But at the same time, we've come to notice that affordable things are costing us. Are we in a position to move to the next level of excellence, moving to the next level of quality? Because I know China can help us in this area. Chinese people are not as bad as people think. The more you understand them, the more you see, them, they're just living a life, just like us. So for them, they will do anything and everything. So these videos, majority of videos that you've been seeing, sadly to say, some are true. The one that I am not very sure is about the letters. There's a video that I saw of lettuce making letters from, it's like a piece of paper. I don't know what that is exactly. That one, I am not sure if it is true. But all I know is, are there GMOs? Are they using chemicals? Are they making things so that they grow faster? Yes, they will do anything and everything to meet the demand. So our job is to ensure that, yes, we are producing a market for the Chinese people, but we need to raise our standard on ourselves. That whatever we get from China needs to also be of standard because they are in a position to do that. And at the same time, as Africans, what can we sit down and think of what we can introduce to the Chinese people? Because I believe we also have something, instead of them coming and just taking everything. But this goes to the leadership of our countries, our different African countries, and even the leadership of Kenya. Kenya has so much potential, and Chinese people are seeing it. It's very interesting that a Chinese person will come and go and live in a place where it's so dry, and they will dig a well, and they will sell that water to the locals who have been there for more than 50 years. They see opportunity everywhere. And I think even us as Kenyans, we need to get to that place. We need to start being vigilant and start looking for opportunities so that we grow ourselves as well. Because all of us, we need money to live this life. We need this money to feed our families. We need we need money to take care of our own. So the Chinese are doing that. Sadly, they are doing it in bad ways at sometimes. But for us, what can we learn from them and build our country? Share, zaijian.